to see these people that think they can just make jokes about it. To see these people, and I'm ashamed of myself. You know, I get worldly, I get angry, I get nasty, I feel powerless. That's when I tend to get nasty. Yesterday, watching Kagan snarling at the Congress and knowing all the evil things she's written and supported as Solicitor General and as a Clinton-era hack operative and as a pro-partial birth abortion carrion crow. And I started, you know, getting down to name calling and calling her a demonic pelican and calling her John Wayne Kagan Gacy, and she looks like an evil clown. I noticed up on the Alex Jones channel, Dave, who runs the Alex Jones channel, actually found the Penguin from Batman from the theatrical release, and it actually is her. I mean, I swear you could, but still, that's infantile. I should cover what she said and what she stands for. I shouldn't attack her for how she looks, because that's wrong, because there are a lot of good people who are ugly and who don't deserve to be compared to her. I'm ugly compared to a lot of people, and I'm getting uglier. And the most beautiful woman out there is going to be ugly when they're old, but it's their deeds that are important. I don't know, there's something beautiful about an old sweet woman's hands and the wrinkles. You know what I mean. It's what's inside Kagan that makes her even more ugly. It's like a demonic light shining out of that bulbous face. And I was just tuned in last night while I was doing research and heard about 10 minutes of my show, and I turned it off and wanted to throw up. I am an embarrassment. I am. You don't understand what it's like, ladies and gentlemen, to know the score, to know the cost, to know how serious this is, to know it's real, and then to fall down and screw around the way I do. But you know what? We're all an embarrassment, but we're also all an enlightenment. We're also all, there's the best in us, there's the worst in us, and that's what it is to be human. And I'm just here to tell you that we've got to defeat this new world order. We have got to reach out to as many people as we can and wake them up now. You know, yesterday I kept saying I'd get to the news, and I never even really got to much of it. I covered some, more than most talk shows get to, because they're so full of mindless fluff. But we're going to go to Carlton, Luke, Robert, Nathan, Frank, and others here in just a moment. But let me just read some of the headlines of the 5 stacks I had today. Let me just read to you some of the headlines I have here in front of me today. Stocks tumble. They're down about 250 points right now. Stocks tumble on global economic worries. Stocks interest rates tumbled Tuesday after fresh signs of a global economic slowdown spooked investors. U.S. markets are following those in Asia, which fell when Japanese data showed the nation's recovery has slowed, and that European indexes fell sharply after Greek workers walked off the job to protest steep budget cuts. Well, yeah, because it's money they don't owe. G8 fully believes Israel will attack Iran, says Italian Prime Minister. That's out of Haaretz. And now the U.S. aircraft carrier has arrived. It's right off the coast of Iran. And, of course, they've passed sanctions against them, which are acts of war. And there's Israel saying, again, they're getting ready to strike. And the word out of Bilderberg is that we told you 3 weeks ago is they're going to hit them. It's been given the green light for the first time. Now, an act of God can change this, but a lot of good old boys are out there going, good, kill me some Arabs. They're not even Arabs. Remember, you're going to pay for this war. We're already bankrupt. The government's going to use the fake patriotism of this new war to get everybody to rally around the government while they pass the banking takeover, while they pass the carbon taxes, while they wait for that hurricane to come in and blow all that oil up on shore so they can get a big emergency going. You're being attacked just like the Iranian people by this scientific dictatorship. You better understand that. We got a lot more in common with the Iranian people. Lord knows their government's corrupt, but we got a lot more in common with them than we do with the New World Order. So those of you that feel some primitive tribal power trip and imagining the annihilation of your tribal enemy, because the news told you your tribal enemy is those Persians, those poor Persians have had their government overthrown twice by us. Oh, yeah. Those Persians have put up with 8 years of our government running al-Qaeda attack squads. This is admitted against their Shiite government, bombing police, military, killing their generals, bombing schools. I mean, our government admits they do this. And Iran lays there and takes it, knowing the United States, Israel wants to nuke them. You think the globalists don't want to nuke your butt? They are nuking you with the food. They're nuking the food you eat. The globalists want you dead, folks. They want you out of the way. They don't need physical slaves anymore. They've got robotics. Okay? They understand that they are having trouble maintaining control. They want you out of the way. Look at this. G8 fully believes Israel will attack Iran, says Israeli Prime Minister. Obama doctrine. Congress just declared preemptive war on Iran. Yeah, just like they passed a resolution in 2002 saying whatever the president wants to do, do it. Not a declaration of war. Not Congress saying this is how you prosecute the war. Here's the war. Here's the enemy. Now you carry it out. You execute. See, the football coach is the Congress. And they give the orders, the plays, to the quarterback that is the executive. And the referees are the judges. You understand how that works? The Congress, because it's the biggest body of the people, and it's the most divided, because they didn't want a dictator come into control, so it's separation of powers, the Congress represents the states, the House and the Senate, and so it is the football coach. And it gives the plays to the quarterback, and he executes it. You understand that? You understand that? You can read the Federalist Papers. It's the Congress has got the trump, and the referees of the courts. The referees can't make up new rules. The quarterback can't make up new rules. The Congress is the football coach and the inventor of the game. They created the country. They make the rules and they execute the plays. You understand that? Now, what's democracy? Democracy is you get 100,000 fans out there and the 22 members of the two teams stand up there and say, who do you think's most popular? You 100,000 drunken fans, you decide who the dictator of the game will be. And the fans say, okay, well, we say the Cowboys win because it's a home game. And the Redskins lose. Democracy is a stinking fraud. We put the Congress together. We decided that everybody's rights would be guarded. And that it calls the shots. But no. Obama doctrine. Congress just declared preemptive war on Iran. They just told Obama, the quarterback, do whatever you want, pal. I'm going to go up in the stands and get drunk. War with Iran has already been declared by the powers that be, and the modern quasi-declaration happened last Thursday using the same legislative and propaganda playbook that led to the Iraq war. The U.S. government has just officially declared war on Iran. Reuters reported Congress on Thursday approved tough new unilateral sanctions aimed at squeezing Iran's energy and banking sectors, which could also hurt companies from other countries doing business with Tehran. The House of Representatives passed the bill 408-8 and sent it to President Barack Obama to sign into law. The Senate had hoped it to be a 99-0 earlier in the day. Congress hasn't officially voted on the declaration of war since World War II. In modern times, they use creative wording in bills that authorize the broad use of force across borders and the sweeping war on terror. And it goes on through all of that and how the UN really has the authority. Here's another one. China denies military exercise aimed at the U.S. That's out of Reuters. In a briefing to Congress, General Petraeus said the security situation in Afghanistan remains tenuous, with instability fueled by resilient and still confident insurgency. See, your attitude's important. Tribal tensions, political challenges, and competition for influence in the future. Petraeus said in an answer to advanced questions submitted to him by the Senate Armed Services Committee. You know why you can't conquer Afghanistan? Number one, they're red-blooded. Number two, they're prehistoric. But number three, and most important, they're all divided against each other. That's why the fathers that founded this country, the founding fathers, said, we need division, we need gridlock. You get a big government working well, it's going to rob you. And you're seeing that now, aren't you? Bigger the government gets, the more they can't get anything done except rob you. It's designed to be an electronic straitjacket. Alex to become hurricane as swells reach Gulf spill. It had been hoped that the hurricane would take more of a southwesterly path into central Mexico. Instead, it's now veering up towards northern Mexico coast, the northeastern coast, and the south Texas coast. Governor Rick Perry has declared a state of emergency on the Texas coast. This is Bloomberg. Alex to become hurricane as swells reach Gulf spill. And so the hurricane now in the track it's sending out is already causing the oil to start moving in towards shore. And they're saying it's going to be one of the biggest hurricane seasons on record because the sun just ignited. It's like a light bulb where it kind of fades and then gets bright again, then fades and gets bright again. For 3 years, it's been real dim. It was real active. And so the Earth was getting warmer. Now it's been getting cooler. Now that sucker is heating up. And look out. It's going to heat up those waters, and here comes the hurricane. Here comes the cyclones. Here comes the typhoons in the Pacific. And Obama's done his job well, blocking the Dutch and the Taiwanese. The Taiwanese ship we covered yesterday can scoop up more oil than all U.S. ships combined. It's designed for it. Hundreds of thousands of barrels a day.